This is episode 16 of Week to Week inside the attachment company. Make yourself comfortable because this is our longest episode yet. Come with us as we show you behind the scenes in detail at what it takes to organise, plan, set up and carry out our one and only trade show of 2023. My name is William and along with my fiancée Laura and my brother Andrew, we run the attachment company. This is Week to Week episode 16. Enjoy. Thanks for clicking on the channel, folks. If you have watched any of our Week to Week episodes before, welcome back. I know we've missed a few weeks, but we should be back up and running now on a weekly basis. If you haven't watched any before, thank you very much for clicking on. My name's William, and along with my partner Laura and my brother Andrew, we run the attachment company. It's Monday morning, I'm in the warehouse here in central Scotland. I have no idea what episode number this is now, but this is Week to Week. What is on the plan for this week? Monday morning, we've got a couple of orders to pack up. First of all, we have an order for a 250mm log splitting cone. We have another order for two S4 tungsten augers, a 200 and a 300mm diameter, and we have a third order for a cradle hitch. So we'll get them packed up as our first jobs this morning. That'll get us to lunchtime, and this whole week we are building up towards our one and only trade show exhibition for this year. We are exhibiting at the Scottish Ploughing Championships Friday and Saturday of this week. That's in a place called Prestwick. It's about an hour and 15 minutes west of here. We're exhibiting there. We're setting up Thursday. We're exhibiting Friday, Saturday. So the rest of the week, other than getting orders out in the morning, we will be gearing up, getting attachments ready, getting displays ready, all for the show on Friday and Saturday. So that's what's on today. That's what's on for the rest of the week. Let's go get it done. At the moment, I'm standing in our extremely full warehouse here in central Scotland. As I mentioned in the intro of this week's video, the attachment company is made up of myself, my fiancée Laura and my brother Andrew. Myself and Laura run our UK operation from here, our warehouse in Carstairs, central Scotland. And my brother Andrew runs our American operation from our warehouse in Denver, Colorado. Why is our warehouse so busy? It's because we took delivery of another container load of auger torque attachments at the end of last week. We put everything in here. The weather was terrible at the end of last week and we just haven't had a chance to get it all unpacked, tidied up and put away. Hopefully, if we get it edited in time, the video of receiving that container order will be up before this one. I'll link it up here. Go back, take a look at that. We loaded a container of attachments for export last week and we received a container imported in for stock. So go watch that video, take a look, let me know what you think. Alright, that's the orders done for today. Got them out this morning before lunchtime. They are up the top yard just waiting to get picked up. As I said, we are exhibiting this week. It's our only trade show of the year, Thursday, Friday, at the end of this week. So we've got some things still to get organised for that. We are taking, of course, an auger package, a flail, stump planer, log splitter, screening bucket, a couple of tree shears. A few of them are ready to go. We have to sort the planer, and the auger package is fairly easy done. Everything is in stock for that. So let's go grab a little digger and sort out the planer. That went pretty much as I expected. I was trying to make a bit of a demonstration stand for the stump planer, and it worked to a point. It drove itself until it got to the blades, and then obviously just wanted to spin the bit of timber. So I would like, it'll work if we need it to be left the way it is. I would like to get it to drive in a little bit further just to be sure how the blades have actually planed what would be a stump, but it'll work. That'll go on a pallet. I think we weren't going to put a drive unit on the top, but I think now I see it, we probably will take a couple of S4 drives with us and we'll just stick one of those on the top of it as well. Maybe screw it down to the pallet so it holds it as a bit of a display if you like. So yeah, that worked alright. Need to sort a splitter cone as well, but I don't have a big enough bit of timber in at the moment. I need to go pick that up tomorrow. I think I've got an option for that. And we'll do pretty much the same. We'll screw it to a pallet and then we'll drive the splitter down in it and hope that we can jam the splitter in it without actually bursting the bit of timber. So yeah, all in all, fairly productive. I don't know what time it is, about 6 PM. I'm going to go park this digger back up, put the stuff away that we've been using, get down to the office for a couple of hours, and that'll probably do us for Monday. On the plan for tomorrow, we need to sort the rest of those stands. There's only one small order that I packed this morning that's to go out tomorrow. And other than that, I think that's us for Monday. Morning, it's Tuesday, we're back in the warehouse again. Plan for today, we have that small auger order I mentioned yesterday. I'm going to look that out at the moment. Pallet Ways, Stuart Nickel Transport will pick that up this afternoon. We have an order for a breaker and a mixer bowl. Rab, our welder, welded up the hitch brackets for the breaker yesterday. I put some paint on them this morning. Waiting on that drying, I'll show you us assembling that, and that'll be ready to go tomorrow. Other than that, we're just going to keep working through getting the show stands built and prepped for the end of the week. Tried this morning to have another go at sorting the stump planer stand that I started yesterday. I didn't like the size of the bit of wood we were using, I wanted a bigger bit, and as I'll show you just now, that never really went to plan. I think we've had 4 attempts at it and I'm still not happy with, well, some of them split, some of them just completely broke. The first one I'm not that happy with. Attempt number 3 at making an exhibition stand for the stump planer. The first one would have been fine, but I thought it was a little bit too small. Found a bigger piece, but it was too narrow and it just split it, as you've seen. So I found this third piece. Let's try it. Hopefully this works. Try and use a forklift to hold it in place, just to drive the planer in enough. Nope, split it again. This is attempt number 4 at creating a stump planer stand. I've cut a longer piece. I found a big piece of tree that was felled up the back of my house. Let's hope this works. I know you probably didn't catch much of that, but same problem. Split down through it, look. I'll have to come up with another plan. Okay, keep working on that. There's a small screening bucket there, you can just see over my shoulder maybe, that pretty much is ready to go. I just need to strap it down to the pallet we're using for the show, and that'll be ready. There's a flail as well, that's pretty much ready. It just needs strapped to a pallet, and we need to build the stand for the log splitting cone. Right, so as I've mentioned before, we had a container delivery of auger torch stock, which I've spent a little bit of time yesterday putting some of it away. Half of it's still taking up most of the floor space in the warehouse, which means when we need to do anything, I need to take all this out. So we'll start by doing that, then we can get on with everything else for the day. Got some pallets taken out of the warehouse. Looked out that order we packed yesterday. It can go just now. I know that was only 5 minutes, but just look how inefficient that is. I've been saying this for months now, but something really needs to be done about us having some more space. Just incredibly inefficient. That was maybe only took 5-10 minutes, but that's 5-10 minutes to take it out, same to put it back in. Fine if the weather's dry, not ideal if it's wet. It just, all in all, extremely inefficient. Now we have been trying for months to buy somewhere. It just seems to be dragging on and dragging on and dragging on, but we can't work like this for too much longer. So that's my rant in the morning. This order's ready to go. I'm going to spend maybe half an hour when I've got stock out of there, jig some things round about. There's some pallet racking in the back corner. I'm going to take some things off it, move the bars up a bit. That'll let us get some more space for stock. Then we can get on with what we were doing. I know that doesn't look like we've done much. All I've done is move this pallet rack and beam about 400mm up, bring those flails tight to the bar on the top. Doesn't look like a lot, but the room it gives us under here will mean I can do things like pick that drive up, put it on top of there, and then make some more space for some other auger drives, some more augers and some more drives on the far side. So obviously if I was laying this warehouse out from scratch, I would have everything out of here and I'd lay it all out how I wanted it, but we just physically don't have the time to do that. So we need to just put things where we can get them within reason, try and jiggle the space around a bit just to make use of what we've got, try and leave as much floor space clear so we can actually work in it. And yeah, as I say, it's time consuming, but it needs done. Now we can get on with finishing up some of the show stands for this week's exhibition. Right, Tuesday afternoon, quick update. Laura is busy painting another couple of pallets. We need a big Euro pallet to put the flail on that we're taking for the end of the week. I've built up the log splitter stand. Stay tuned. I'll show you that once we get to setting everything up when we get to the show on Thursday. I've done that. We have a breaker order that I need to get out as well, so I'm just walking up to go get that. Paint should be dry on the hitch brackets. I'll bolt one of them up, I'll show you around it before we get it packed, and then it'll be ready to go tomorrow. That's me got all the bolts in. I've got the hitch bracket bolted up. I'm not going to tighten them down this evening because the paint on the hitch bracket is still a little bit soft. It's not going to leave today anyway, so there's little benefit tightening it up, marking all that. They're in just finger tight at the moment. I'll tighten them up in the morning. I might set it up and fit the chisel as well this evening, and then in the morning it's just a case of tightening them down, putting on a pallet and sending it out. Stick these hoses on just now and then I'll show you around it. That's a hitch bracket, the hoses and the chisel fitted to this breaker. This is the GBN 10 TL. We'll put the spec sheet up here for you, pause to read it if you need. This is fitted with a hitch bracket. The one I put on at the moment is 30mm pins to suit the customers to Kuchi TB216. There is a spare bracket there on 25mm pins to suit their TB210, so they can just swap it over. It's 8 bolts. Just run the bolts out, change the brackets over, put it on the other machine. This model, the GBN 10, will do mini diggers 1 tonne to about 1.6, 1.7, and as I say, it comes with the 2 chisels, the 2 tools, the hoses, the hitch bracket, everything you see behind me. That's more or less this done. There's a couple of blanking plugs just in here where you fit the tool retainer for the chisel. I need to put them in. I'll put them in the morning and we'll get this stickered up, packed up and ready to go. I think I'm going to call it a night at that. I'll get down, get my dinner, might get back out to the office, or I might come back up and finish this. But regardless, that's pretty much it for Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Wednesday morning, middle of the week. What is on this morning? Been to the gym early doors, trained for a bit, been for my coffee, up to the warehouse now, just getting the gate opened, ready to tackle the day. What is on the plan for this morning? We've a couple of orders to get out. We've a bracket for a Canjini flail that we sold a few weeks ago. It's an additional hitch bracket. Got it to paint, get it out. Need to finish up that breaker order that you seen me working on last night. It's pretty much there. Just need to bolt down the top bracket, put it back in the crate, get it on a pallet and ready to go. There is also a concrete mixer bowl going on the same order, which means we need to assemble one before we can finally complete that order. Then we'll just be back on to, that's why this is still here, we'll get back on to finishing up the show stands for tomorrow. Then we'll need to load up the truck. I'm hoping to load up, we're sending a truckload of display stands in the morning, so I'm hoping to load that this evening to let him get away sort of early doors tomorrow and we can meet him down there. So, busy day, plenty on, let's go get after it. Breaker is complete, ready to go, just need to get it back in the crate. That can go on a pallet, and as I say, that can get out today. You saw me there greasing it up. It is important when you're greasing the breaker to make sure there is a load on the chisel. That's why I've strapped it up with the bracket and I've set it down on its own weight for when I pump up the grease. That's the breaker tip of the morning. Woody's up here just now. Where are you? Yeah. Woody's up here just now, giving me a hand and generally getting in the road. Laura's here.
Hello.
Right there.
Yes, that was a nice welcome for the dog.
Little dog welcome.
The best welcome.
You won't have heard that, but the best welcome apparently. I'm down with the hitch bracket, going to bring it in just now. I'll show you us packing that up. Then we will get the concrete mixer down, get that on with the breaker order, get everything finished. Hitch bracket ready to go. That is for one of these Cangini flails, an order we packed up last week. It went with a small hitch bracket for a 3.5 ton machine. This is one for a 5. I'll put a picture here of the flail when it was packed up and dispatched from here. As I say, customer knew this one was to follow. We were making it to order to specific dimensions. You can see maybe it's got a 4-bolt pattern on the top. That'll let them just unbolt the one that's on it, bolt that on when they want to change between machines, band this up, wrap it, and it'll be good to go. This is one of my least favourite jobs in here, assembling mixer bowls, but not because it's difficult, just because it's laborious, to be honest with you. It's fairly boring, but needs to be done, needs to go with this breaker, so let's crack on. The dog's probably going to get in the road, but hey ho, let's crack on, get it built. Tip of the day, don't use a chrome socket with an impact. Oh well, you get a new socket. Anyway, that's pretty much done. I'll tighten the last few up by hand and that'll be ready to go. GBN 10TL breaker, second hitch bracket is on the top, and the CM 180 mixer bowl. I'll get that wrapped up, that'll be ready to go. Then I can go get my lunch. Alright, 6 PM Wednesday evening. You can see it's starting to get dark outside. We are very nearly packed up. This pallet full of auger torque attachments, it needs to get banded up and loaded on the trailer. And then I have decided I'm going to take one of our big timber crates, which is back in there somewhere. I don't know if you can see, it's got a 08 number on the side of it. Going to get it down, going to empty it out, we're going to take it, we're going to use it as a table, then we can throw all our stuff in it on Saturday afternoon, load it back on the truck and get out as quick as possible is my theory. So, nearly done. As I say, got to finish packing up this pallet. Let's get that done now, we'll take it up, we'll get it on the truck and we'll go for there. One pallet left, got the big box out, got it loaded. You can see it's pretty much dark outside now. It gets dark fairly quickly now. We are into the winter. I think the clocks actually fall forward, fall back, go back on Saturday night. Yeah, spring forward, fall back. So one left. I've brought down the double pin cradle that's going on that pallet, band it up, wrap it, take it up, put it in the truck, tie down the load on the truck, and that'll be us good to go. Now it is dark outside, I am really low on camera memory and I'm trying to get finished to get in for my dinner, so not going to show you me strapping it down on the truck because I say it's dark anyway. Early doors, leaving tomorrow, going to meet the truck down there, get it all loaded, get it set up, and we'll take you along with us to show you the whole process. Thursday morning, we're on the road, we're loaded up, Laura's here. Get in. Coffeeed up, fueled up. On the way. Had to make a quick detour for an emergency stop, but other than that, we're good.
Why do we have to stop?
Because, oh yeah, dog's in the back, we've got the full team in. Dog caused us to stop. I will spare you the details. But yeah, we're on the way. We should be there. It's about 8 o'clock, 10 past 8 just now. We should be there in about an hour. We've got the trailer on. You won't be able to see, but we've got the trailer on because 2 of our tree shears never turned up yesterday when they were meant to. So we're taking the trailer. Hopefully they get to Glasgow this morning at some point, and one of us can run over there and pick them up. Other than that, I think we're good now. We've got half the house and the office loaded in the back. Laura's here, dog's here. Let's go. Alright, 10 past 9. We've made it. I was going to say just in time for the rain coming on, but it might actually be alright. Let me quickly show you around our spot. As I said, we've got the trailer on so we can go pick up the shears when we hear from them. Truck's here just now. Laura's away down to see him and get a plan for getting unloaded. And hopefully the rain stays off long enough. Supposed to be getting the hire of a forklift so we can move everything ourselves. However, that fell through at the last minute, so thankfully there's a forklift on site, so he's moving the pallets up. This is a little 2-ton bobcat that we're getting to put on the show stand. I'm just taking it up to the stand at the moment. Once we get everything up there, I'll kind of show you around about. Update, 10 past 1, tree shears collected, thankfully. I thought they were going to be in Glasgow. We get told it was Glasgow. You can just about see them there. Turns out it wasn't Glasgow at all. It was, for all intents and purposes, it was nearly back at our yard. But hey ho, we picked them up. We could do with another couple of auger attachments. But I think what we're going to do is get these shears back down to the show, get them unloaded, and then we'll stick the auger attachments in the car for tomorrow and we'll just lift them out. They're not that heavy, so that's the plan at the moment. Dog is still loaded up in the back, so we're going to shoot back to the show field, get these shears off. It's raining here, hopefully it's dry when I get back to Ayrshire. We'll get, as I say, the shears off, get them in place. That'll be pretty much everything in, and I can give you a quick show around. We're back, the shears are in, they're in place. I never got any footage because we had to get another forklift again to lift them in. We put some timber in one of them and we're pretty much done for the day. We're going to tie up the gazebo. What's your views so far?
It's been good. It's a busy place just now, which is unlike it's been before, because we've been in it before and it's been a bit meh. But no, it's really good. It's good to see, and I don't know if William will show you all the tractors that are sitting there just now.
We're taking folks on a tour.
Oh, okay. Well, it's something about cleaning to do.
Aye, come back here. We'll go a tour. Let Laura take you around about.
Okay.
So we are here setting up just now for our trade stand at the Scottish Ploughing Championships down in Prestwick. We have an next 2,500 package on offer. We also have a 300mm log splitting cone. Show you 300mm log splitter. We also have our log splitter, both the 350 and 250. on one of our 3500. We've got our 2 Ecotech tree shears with rotational grabs on them. We've got a little screening bucket, Simex screening bucket, and we have our two Kingeni flails with 1300 width, and then we've got 1000 there too. So let's go for a wee tour. There still is quite a lot of stands to arrive. So across the way we have the Ford and Fordson Association. Up there I think is also the Ayrshire Tractor Machinery Club. And so if we just go down, as you'll see, other people cutting the grass. You see this is Ramsay and Jackson from Ayrshire stand, so local case dealer and also Takuchi dealer. We have Gordon's equipment, which sell, as you can see, class tractors, and they are also just now Devlon dealers. Devlon sounds like a hair product. I don't know why they changed it. Ember Energy, maybe find out a wee bit more about them. Lots of vintage tractors on display also, because there is day one of the ploughing actually starts tomorrow. We have Bryson tractors from Lanark and also Dundonald, I think they are now, with the My Name's Doddy tractor. Just going all the way down. We have McNays on this side, which are Crone and Fent dealers, who we also actually have on our stand from them. We have a wee Bobcat digger also. So as you can see, lots of big machinery. Another wee Bobcat from McNays there. We have J.S. Montgomery's with their John Deere tractors and also Cavernaland ploughs. Also what happens, all these companies will have demonstrator plots, so all the companies will compete against each other in the demonstrator class. You see people putting their signs up, and then what will happen actually is this avenue here in the morning there'll be a parade of all the tractors. So we'll just have a wee quick look through tractors. We have been here since about 9 o'clock this morning, just sort of setting up. This is our first show this year, and one for actually quite a long time, because we haven't done one for a wee while. So it's been good, and we have learned a few things for next time. Things we've forgotten that we'll need to bring down tomorrow, but it's fine, it's alright. We've both not fallen out, which is good. William did have to go right enough to pick up the shears from the pallet depot, because they should have been arrived yesterday from Ireland, but they didn't arrive. So William went away and picked them up while I was left to put up the rest of the gazebo. But I'll just quickly show you. There are some of the sort of larger tractors here, newer tractors. These are all the tractors that will be competing tomorrow, and then hopefully everybody will be hoping that they can, well, not everybody can, but everybody's hoping that they'll be able to make it through to this Saturday. Sort of last minute sort of checks and preparations going on. The David Brown tractor is actually my brother's tractor and plough. It's a David Brown 885 with a Ransom's 2 for a plough on it. So as you see, got a Forson Dexa, 135 Massey. There's a whole host of different vintage and classic tractors. Now, you're going to ask me what the difference between vintage and classic is. Something to do with 1970. And yeah, I don't really know. I can't remember, and I should know. So that's quite terrible that I don't know that. So, wee grey Fergie. And some more Fergies, more 135s with cabs, without cabs. Wee Fordson Dexa again. or 135s, they seem to be very popular. Oh, we've got an old John Deere up here. And if you're wondering what those like sticks are, they use those sticks or poles when they're marking out to begin with, to make sure everything's all sort of straight when they begin their ploughing. As you can see, it is a big, vast area. I don't know if you can actually see, but as far as I can see, that is where the ploughing will be. So yeah, there is also some craft stalls as well, I believe. There's a bar, which is quite good, though I can't drink because we'll be driving. But there is also, which we'll see tomorrow, some Clydesdale horse. That's always quite exciting to see them actually plough, like how it used to be, how my grandpa used to plough also. So yeah, it's kind of a wee bit of a heavy activity just now. And this is us coming up to our stand. It's just coming up. We are nearly ready, so fingers crossed. We'll get away shortly. Still a few wee bits and bobs to do tonight. Oh, why is that wee thing moved? What else is up here? Oh yeah, Jenkinson that sells Ivor Williams trailers, and also Red Rock machinery as well. They are up here too. So lots going on.
5 p.m. Thursday evening. We're pretty much set up. Just going to get out of here, head home, throw some more stuff in the car for the morning, and we'll be back here in the morning. You happy?
Yes.
Good.
But I'm cold.
Right.
Now.
Go on then, let's go.
I want a cup of tea.
Cold, want a cup of tea.
But
And
happy.
our dinner, but happy. Catch up with you when we're back at the yard. 6:30 Thursday evening. Just made it back home. We're back in the warehouse. We're pretty much done. There's just a couple of things extra we'd like to take. We got a little Bobcat MT that we weren't expecting, so I'm going to load up an auger package for it. The drinks cooler, some bits and pieces I'm going to put in the Jeep, ready for the morning. And that's going to pretty much be us. We'll give you a proper tour around in the morning, show you around some more bits. But good day, big day. That is 12 hours now since we left this morning. A fair effort, but happy with how it looks, happy with how the new brand, the new name looks, out to public facing. So no, all in all, very happy with it. I look a bit tired probably, I feel a bit tired, I'll be more so by Saturday, but hey ho, good start. Let's hope the weather holds out for Friday and Saturday. As I say, we'll be back there early doors. I think we're going to leave here at 6 again in the morning, be back there for 7:30 thereabouts, and we'll give you a full tour around then. Morning, it is 7:30 Friday morning. We are back in Prestwick. Worry enough, I'm completely loaded up in the car here. Woody's in the back, as you can hear. Morning.
How are we doing?
Yeah, so we made it back. Stopped for a coffee on the road here. Stopped at Tesco to load the cooler up with some ice. Laura is probably half an hour or so behind us. People are, I thought we'd be early, but people are here already. So yeah, we're going to get in. We've got a couple of things in the back to get unloaded. We'll get them unloaded, get the cooler unloaded. By that time the sun will be up and we'll give you a look around. Also, while we're on the tour, shout out to Ramsey and Jackson. They have 4500 max with a hard rock auger on their little Takeuchi TB235, 325 even. which is a very, very nice machine actually. Let me quickly show you around before somebody turns up here. There is a brand new Takeuchi TD325 2.5 tonne mini with an auger torque 4500 max drive unit. That's us, pretty much set up and ready to go. Laura's probably 15-20 minutes away. I will, as I say, give you a better show around when I get a minute this afternoon, and I'll find some folks that know about this stuff better than me to give you an explanation.
Morning folks, so we are here on the first day of the 59th Scottish Ploughing Championships. We're just walking down the trade stand avenue just now. Next to us we have Gordon's with their Class and Lemkin products. They are local, fairly local to us in Straven, and they also have a depot down at Castle Douglas. We also have Ramsey and Jackson, who have, sorry Shirley, who have one of our, what one have they got? 4500 max with a 300 auger on it with rock teeth also. We need to get some pictures of that later on. Ramsey and Jackson are based also down in Ayrshire. A wee bit more local to us over on the right hand side, we've got Bryson Tractors, who are based in Lanark. They're a New Holland dealership, and they also are based in Dundonald, Ayrshire too. Who we've actually, I'm sure William's already said, got our Bobcat from. We've got McNays, also based in Ayrshire. Fabulous display of Crone and Fent tractors, and also Bobcat dealership also. It's quite quiet just now because it is only 9:20. Over here, who have we got here? We've got Hamilton Ross Group. So Hamilton Ross Group are very close to us at Lanark, and also, well, I think it says over there, quite a few places, Bishops and Turbolton, and they are Massey Ferguson dealers. So great display of tractors and agricultural machinery on display. And then we have J.S. Montgomery, who are green and yellow John Deere dealerships, and they are also in from the Ayrshire area. Hoping this is picking it up. So we have ploughers have just literally started. They're just doing their opening just now, their opening break. So they'll do that first. I don't know how many first they'll plough, and then they'll stop. That'll get judged, and then they'll go into the main sort of ploughing, and then they'll do their finish. So yeah, whole array of different tractors in this park. Everything, all the tractors are sort of split up into their class, and it's all to do with the age of the tractor. And there's different amount of furs on the plough. So for example, brother Robert, he's ploughing with a 2 fur. Some will plough with potentially 3. The bigger sort of modern tractors that you might see away at the end, for that fast track for example, they'll have 4 or 5 boards on there. So yeah, so they are just getting started, and so far it's quite a nice morning. Shirley's not wanting to be on camera, she's jumping behind the road. For those, I don't think we've actually introduced you to Shirley, we'll maybe do that later, she might brave it. Shirley does our accounting and our books for us, keeping us on track, keeping our spending on track, or William, I should say. Here with Robert McKechnie, who is ploughing in the classic class. Robert, can you tell us a little bit what you're doing today and what you're trying to achieve?
So the class I'm competing in is the classic conventional class. That means that my plough is only capable of turning one way, it's not a reversible. Everything that's in this class, both manufacturer, plough and tractor, has got to be Q cab introduction, which is 1975. So the tractor that I've got here I'm using today is an L-Reg David Brown 885, which is a 1972 model. My plot number is number 25 today, and what I've done just now is I've just completed my opening split. So I get, what do I get? I get 30 minutes to, no, tell a lie, I get 20 minutes to do that, and now the judges will spend the next half an hour judging that. Once the judges have been over it and the time now moves on, I'll then go and make what's known as my crown, and that means I'll turn the opening split back in and give me 2 open furrows to be able to plough round about. I'll do that for 12 furrows, that will then get judged, and then I'll move up to my highest number and I'll plough back until I get my finish, which you'll probably see round about 1:30.
And so far, Robert, are you happy with your opening?
Well, I'm just needing to have a better look at it, if I'm honest.
Let's go and we'll have a wee look, see what he says.
I would say I'm fairly happy with it. My plot does have a little bit of a hang on it, so there's a bit of a bit of an incline going up the way and also to the side, which makes it difficult to get the furrows absolutely perfect. I would say that perhaps my outside furrow coming down the hill is slightly strong, but for the length of the rig that we've got, for the incline that's in it, it's straight, it's clean, they're reasonably well sized, and for day one of the competition I think we can be relatively happy.
Very good. Well, best of luck for the rest of the day, and we'll see how you get on later on.
Cool. Bye.
Friday afternoon, majority of the ploughing competitive stuff's done, that's why there's some tractors back in here. Show's been okay, not terribly busy with people, but a couple of good quality conversations, some chats with folk and some good contacts, so from that point of view it has probably been worthwhile. We're just waiting on Laura's brother and her dad coming back in. We might get I'll run a couple of people once the ploughing folk come back in, and that'll pretty much be us for the day. Friday evening, let me take you a quick tour around our stand before we get out here for the day. We'll go around the auger torque stuff first. S4 drive units, 3500 max, X2500 on the Bobcat E20, both on the 65mm round hub. You'll take either the planer, the auger or the log splitting cone. That's a 250mm planer we've got on display, and the 350mm with the S5 75mm square hub. On the Bobcat E20, shout out, as I said earlier, John H. McNay for the loan of the Bobcat machines for the weekend, but it's by far our most popular product, the X2500 auger package. The package deal, it comes as you see it there. Drive unit, cradle hitch, one tungsten auger up to 300mm, that is a 300mm diameter auger. Does come with hoses, there's just none on this machine at the moment. A couple more S4 augers, a 200mm diameter tungsten and a 100mm with the extra dig pilot. That's us for auger torque attachments. We do have our own log splitter cone, that's a 300mm diameter with a spare example tip. That's a 300mm diameter, they come in 200, 250 and 300. With the 65mm round hub as standard, fits any of the drive units that's on display. We've also got both tree shear sizes, the 250mm and the 300mm, both with worm drive rotators. The 250mm for 5 to 10 tonne excavators, and the 300 for 14 to 16 tonne. As I say, both on display with IMO worm drive rotators. Can be supplied with that or fixed mounted. Coming round the back of the stand, the little Cymex VSE2 screen bucket, Laura's favourite product on here. You've seen us, or you might have seen us in previous episodes where we're out and done a demo and sold the bigger version of this, the VSE 10. Same principle, just in a smaller size for 1.5 to 3 ton excavators. I said we were done with auger torque attachments. That was not the case. With a little ML drive here. It's sitting in front of the Bobcat MT, although it is the wrong hitch bracket for it. That's an ML 2500, it's for mini loaders, it's for machines this sort of size, but it does have the S4 hard rock auger option. Big thanks to John H. McNay for the loan of the Bobcat. The little Bobcat MT is by far my favourite machine here. And to finish off, the 2 Cangini flails, sticking with the Kinshofer group of companies, the big TC3 130, the 1300mm wide, 130cm wide version with the big swinging hammers. That's got a hitch bracket on it for a Takeuchi TB 280, 285. Comes pretty much as you see it there, hitch bracket, hoses, ready to go. That's the big end, coming to the smaller size. Got the TC1, this is in the 1 metre version, again with the swinging hammers. It's a lighter duty version for smaller machines than the big TC3. That size for sort of 1.5 to 3 ton size excavators. It'll come the same as the TC2 and the TC3 with a hitch bracket and hoses, pretty much ready to go. And again, that's the biggest size we do, the 1 metre. It comes in 600 and 800 widths as well. And that's pretty much us. That's the express tour of the stand. A bit of a range of stuff out, but not quite everything. So yeah, that's the tour around. Any questions, as usual, get in the comments, let us know, and let us know what you think of our setup for the week. Pretty much us for the day. We're going to get packed up here, get back home. Do we have anything to do tonight?
No.
Oh, nothing tonight. Early night, we're back here 7 o'clock tomorrow morning again. Do it all again, and then we're packing up and getting home. Saturday morning, 7:30, we're back for the second and final day of the Scottish Ploughing Championships. We don't have much to do we?
No, just fix the auger.
Fix that, fix the tent. You ready?
It's chilly one this morning.
It is a little bit cold. Get something on to eat. That'll be us. Saturday, second and final day of the weekend. I'm not sure what to expect today. Yesterday was good. It was slow at times. I think they said the gate done a couple of £1,000, which means there was 200 or 300 people here, which was good, but just kind of spread out over the whole day. So I don't know, I'm expecting a little bit more people today. We'll see how it pans out. We'll get a couple of good inquiries that have been worth the effort. As I said, today is second and last day, so we'll be here till about 4:30 PM, and then we're packing up and getting home. Right, not only were they good enough to give us a shot at both the bobcats, as we've seen, I've cornered Drew, convinced him into giving us a quick stand tour, so they're by far the biggest selection out here. So we'll start at one end, we'll walk up, we'll get the details on what we're looking at, so take it away, Drew, if you don't mind.
Well, we started off here with our Amazon equipment in the bottom here, so we've got some trail cultivators, some disc cultivators here, right into like our one-pass seeders up there. And then carried on like up into some fertiliser spreaders up there as well.
And that's a new product range for you?
It's a new product range for us. Just about the last 3 months we've had it on, so it's working away. We've got a few machines out already. So.
A new product range and a new brand?
Yep,
right.
new brand, new dealership for us. So it's working away fine. So we're having here we've got a few Fendt bits and pieces. So we've got one of the new Gen 3 314s here, Profit Pluses, and then at the back there we've got one of the Fendt balers sitting at the back there. And then for
that's your branding factors, balers and ploughs?
Aye, yep. The ploughs are the Amazon. Fendt do like our grassland equipment here, our balers, or our tractors. So the tractors will start like from 70 horsepower up to 500 horsepower, and then onto some of the track machines here as well, which is a wee bit different machine for Ayrshire. There's not a lot of them in Ayrshire, but for our day next week, we're going to have it pulling a couple of big seeders out.
Right. Different for Central Scotland in
yes,
general?
That's right. We'll stir things up a wee bit. So, and we also have our oil company here as well, so it's brand Scott Waste Oils, which cover like the South West Scotland, Glasgow area and stuff. So we have that just for lubricants and oils and lubricants, grease as well. And then for the cross here, we've got our other another piece of Fendt equipment here. This is our Lotus 1250. That's one of our big tedders. It's quite a popular machine. The Lotus tedder makes it with the hook tines on it. It makes a really nice job of scattering out the grass. So it's quite a popular machine.
What size tractor would that normally go on? Something this size? Or?
Anything fairly. It's like 110 horsepower up to 140. It's like that.
They're not too fussy.
They're not too. No, they're not too horsepower hungry, really. And then we've our Abbey machinery here as well for grass stoppers, slurry tankers, diet mixers. We do them there. And again, back in some Amazon stuff here. So this is for some sprayers. So again, these will be running next Wednesday as well. So this is the Pantera here. This is Rolls Royce sprayers. This one.
That is.
Aye. It's a cracking piece of kit that there.
That is the one to go for.
It's the one to go for. That is. And then we come to some of the trail sprayers in here. Most of the more in Ayrshire is like the mounted sprayer at the end here. That's your kind of most common machine in this.
That sort of size, that configuration.
Yeah. It's most common in Ayrshire, but we'll keep working with it. Might get some self-propels in.
That's obviously a far more dedicated.
Yep, that's like
like
contractors
that,
and big farmers.
Yes.
That's what will work for that there. And then up here we have our kind of main grassland equipment. Here's our crone equipment. So here we've got new crone baler wrapper combination. So that'll make your own bale. It can put film straight onto the bale, so you don't have to net wrap it. It'll put film straight on. You come back out the back here, It'll wrap the bale, finish wrapping the bale, the sides.
So that's essentially your baler to here.
Baler to here, and your wrapper
And
at the
your
back
wrapper
here.
at the back.
Aye. That's it. Make a really nice uniform bale. So they do. So
With no net?
with you can do it with no net at all. You can do it with net or without net. So we went out this with a customer this year, and he's really delighted with the machine. It's went really well.
And is that the way more contractors are going for baling and wrapping operations?
It is just one man operation, just a lot faster. It's
You're also
still
the handle on the bale.
makes a
once then
nicer
when
bale.
it's made.
That's right.
Does it make a nicer product
Neck
in general then?
It does. Aye,
bale
they make
and
it the type of this chain and slat system on it there makes a really nice tight bale.
Right.
It's really silage. If it's silage you're making it, because it's a lot. It's a like tighter bale again, so there's no air in it. So
Yes.
it makes a lot better product comes with it. And then on behind us here we've got this we're foragers. This we're crone foragers. This is the big X's, so they start for 480. This is the smallest machine they do, 480 up to 1180 horsepower.
That's the smallest?
That's a small one there. Aye. So they do them up to, that's sitting with a straight 6 engine in it, and they do up to like a V12, they say about 1180 horsepower on it.
With a
It's a
wider
fair machine.
header, obviously, the bigger one.
Same size. The bigger ones, like they start to get more kind of maize orientated. We've got a couple of the bigger ones out, but the bigger ones are more kind of geared for like maize operation. Can't really take a lot of that, very horsepower hungry. Aye.
Is it that rather than the width?
Yep.
that
Aye.
you're working with?
Aye. That's it.
Excuse my lack of knowledge on
No,
ag,
it's
on
right
ag
enough.
stuff.
It's alright. And then Crone have their wagons as well here. So this is like for Crone, this is a new style wagon this year, with folding front on it. So you help to you can loads a bit easier. You can get a bit more stuff inside it. So extra nice 54 knives in it now, so you get really fine chop as well.
Right.
So you're not just quite doing like a forager chop, but it's really uniform, really close uniform chop on it.
That's essentially a simpler version of your header that's on your forager, right?
It's very similar idea. They have the same camless pickup on it. It's the pickup reel bit on it's very similar, but this one here there's a rotor in there. It pulls the silage in and forces it out through the knives. Whereas on that there, it takes it into a set of feed rolls which feed it in, and this is like a precision chop machine here, so you can chop like grass down to like say it was 20 millimetres. Every bit of grass was 20 millimetres.
Oh, nice,
Well, this is a slight difference for this year. This is that rotor's just forcing it through the grass. Well, that's like it's putting its sandwiching the grass down in the chopper, and you get a very uniform chop all
But
the
for your
time.
smaller operation, if you
Yep,
don't go the
aye.
expensive.
That's it. That's right.
Myself
Aye.
now.
That's it. That's right. Aye. So that's us.
We're miss if we don't take a spin round the construction stuff when we're here. Stuff I might know a bit about.
Aye, that's that.
And is construction always something you've done, Drew? Or?
No, we started with Bobcat now. It could be about 8 or 9 years ago now.
Right.
Started with Bobcat. But aye, it's a nice compliment for the ag machinery stuff.
Yes.
So we've got the wee S100 skid steer here. There is on a few farms. There's quite a few skid steers on farms.
Yep.
The wee skid steer's a nice size of machine for quite round about if you've got a tight shed and mucking them out.
Yes.
It's a good size. And again, like the demolition guys like the S100 for on site as well. It works well for them.
And when it comes to that, does your salesman do both
Yes,
ag and
aye,
construction?
Yep, aye, we do.
I know that's primarily you.
No,
or partially
that's
you.
it. Aye. No, everybody's the same at our workshop. Everybody has to muck in and
Has to know a bit of
do a bit of everything. Aye. Aye.
And then what I really know about excavators and tilt rotators, so
aye, that's
a fairly
So
new addition to your
yeah,
product
aye,
offering.
that is. We still this stuff for like a couple of years now. It's working away quite well. The yoke end, William, it's still this. It's really well put together. It's like the weights, the strength's all built into like the kind of steel construction of it.
That has to be
It's
the
a
way
very
to go
compact.
for
Yeah,
that sort of stuff.
very compact machine. Aye.
Arguably, we're ways behind the Norwegian,
We are, aren't
the
we?
Scandinavian
We are.
countries when
That's
it comes
right.
to that.
That's right. This one here's just on the two-hose system with the quantum controls in it, so it's
So that's joystick control.
joystick
system.
controls. Aye. In there. So and they can be configured to the buttons can be configured to do whatever function you want on the front
Yes.
there. It's whatever's most comfortable for yourself.
And
So-
you do supply and install and
We do, yes,
the whole lot, the full
we do.
service.
We do, aye. Do the lot. Aye.
There we go, a quick run round the John H. McNay stand. Thanks again to Drew for the loan of the two Bobcat machines. And if any questions, please leave us a comment. And if you want to take a run over Wednesday, I'll put the details in here as well. Well folks, we are loaded, very much loaded up, you probably can't see. That's pretty much a wrap for the Scottish Ploughing Championships 2023. What'd you make it?
It's been very good. A bigger improvement from when we went, 2015 or something like that. It was more spectacular, but I think there's definitely a massive improvement and going with what everybody says. It has been a very good weekend.
Yes, something different for us. We don't do a lot of trade shows, as you know. Something different for us. We'll see what comes of it. But right now we are wore out and ready to get home. So we're loaded up, trucks away. We're loaded up with stuff in here. We're going to go get something to eat and get our way home. And I'll give you the full rundown in the morning. Morning, Sunday morning, nearly the end of a really, really busy week. We're back home, we're back in the yard, the weather is miserable. Don't have too much to do today, just get all of this unloaded. Trucks come back out in the morning again, so we need to get all of this stuff off, everything you seen us load last night. We'll get it down, get it put in the warehouse, and we'll worry about sorting it out tomorrow. So yeah, let's go on with that, and that's probably going to be us for the day, to be honest. There we go, everything unloaded. The weather has been relatively kind compared to the rest of the morning. Everything's off the truck. I've still got the car loaded up with the gazebo and bits and pieces, but I can get that in the morning. So yeah, that's pretty much us for the day, for the week, for the only trade show of the year. What's my thoughts on it? I quite enjoyed it. Didn't really know what to make of it, to be honest. It was a bit of a speculation on our part, but I think it was good. Speaking to a lot of good people, a lot of good contacts, If something comes from it, then it's been more than worthwhile. I think especially that this was our first time out with the new brand and the new name being the attachment company. If it doesn't turn out to be a worthwhile sales endeavour, it was definitely a good brand exercise and gets us out there and gets us in front of some people in a slight different bit of an industry in the agriculture section that we're not always in front of and we're not always targeting. So from that point of view, I think it's definitely been worth it. It's a lot of effort for Laura and I, but also couldn't be done without the help of everybody else. Shirley, our bookkeeper, that came and helped us on the Friday. Rab and Jake, who came and drove the truck yesterday evening, brought everything back home. Alan, that drove the truck over on the Thursday morning. Again, massive thanks to McNay Agricultural for the loan of the Bobcat equipment. It just makes a little bit of a difference to look at your stand when you can get some attachments actually on a machine and looking how they're meant to look when they're in use. Thanks also to Ramsey and Jackson for letting us put an auger unit and an auger on their 2.5 ton Takuchi. And thanks to the Scottish Ploughing Championship committee for putting on what was a very good event and a big effort from everybody involved to put it on and to put that level of show and trade area on within it. That was the first time of doing it on that sort of level on their behalf, so yeah, I think it was worthwhile. There's a reason we don't do these every couple of weeks or every month. That will be our only one for the year, but it does give us a lot of good thoughts for what we can do when it comes to Scott plant in April time next year, which will be probably our only one next year, but on a far bigger scale than what you've seen at the weekend there. So those are my thoughts. I'm tired. I'm going to go and get everything put away in the warehouse and call it a day from there, and I think we will end this week's video here. I know it's probably been a mammoth video comparatively to the rest of our week to week episodes, but if you have made it all the way to the end, folks, thank you very much for firstly clicking on, secondly making it all the way to the end of the video. It is very much appreciated. We're trying our best to increase the quality of these videos and the output and the regularity, so it wouldn't be possible without you clicking on and actually watching it. So thank you again for that. If you have any questions on anything on this week's video, please leave us a comment down below, and it would be very much appreciated if you could hit subscribe, support the channel a little bit, and get you notified for when we post our weekly videos and any other content that we post on here. So for this week, it's thanks for me, thanks to the rest of the team, thank you to you for clicking on, and we'll catch up with you next week.